What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Out here on beautiful Smith Mountain Lake. It is a Monday afternoon, and if you didn't see the previous video, you should go back and watch it because it has already been a pretty amazing start to our vacation. I won't spoil it, but you should go watch it. It was pretty awesome. But I am finally out here after we finally made it down here to the lake. We did some running around, and it is finally getting into the evening hours, but I am ready to actually get out on the water. So I'm going to show you guys what I've got rigged up to start with, and then we're going to see where it goes from there, because I have no idea how it's going to go. We are currently in the middle of the shad and herring spawn on this lake. That's been a really big player in the tournament so far this week for all the anglers on the Bass Pro Tour Heavy Hitters event. So that's a big theme in what I've got rigged up so far. I have got a lot of white themed baits, so white buzz bait, white bottom frog, swim jig, spinner bait, a shad colored DT16, and then also another shad square bill over there. And then we got a mag draft, pearl shad swim bait. We got a bone whopper plopper, shad jerk bait, shad colored popper. Basically lots of pearl, whites, shad colors, etc., to include even this like 6-inch stickworm to throw as a weightless wacky setup in the bait fish profile. But it is an absolutely beautiful evening out here so far. Boat traffic has calmed down a whole lot. I almost never spend a lot of time on this lake during the week, which I mentioned this in the video before this. So I'm looking forward to just kind of seeing how things go. Just the boat traffic level, it's kind of on the front end of summer, and there's just not that many people out, on a Monday night, on a weekday. So should be a lot of fun to get out here and just kind of enjoy a beautiful, peaceful evening. So let's get after it. I think I'm going to start off by running some points. And I'm probably going to throw a buzz bait for a little bit to start with, I think. I think I'm going to get around on the back side of this point. I actually may not be able to throw this particular buzz bait in this area. It's only a 1/4 ounce. Holy crap. Something's going off over here. Something big just crushed something in the middle of this. It might have been a striper, but let's see if we can't find out. And something big just busted back here. So there's definitely fish here in this little pocket. Just gotta get one to bite. Just saw something small chase this popper all the way out and tap at it when I stopped it. I think they're just small bluegill. Or, well, they're decent sized bluegill, but they're not bass. I'm feeling it's gonna be one of those days one of those times where I end up throwing all kinds of stuff to see what I can get bit on. Especially till I figure out what may or may not be working. All right, I already got to make one quick change because I put this little 1/4 ounce buzz bait on a medium heavy rod, and I cannot throw it worth a daggone lick right now. So I need to put this on a lighter rod that will allow me to actually throw it correctly. All right, let's see how that works. Oh, much better. Imagine that. That other rod had too much backbone, so it was just throwing it almost straight into the water. Not quite, but real close to it. This is actually the rod that I normally throw buzzbaits on. I just, I don't know why I took the buzzbait off of it thinking I was gonna throw something else on it. But what I do need to put on that I don't have yet is I need to put a Cordell Redfin on, which is a wake bait, because I would be more than happy to catch a striper, or really anything like that that is just schooling, stuff that's hitting top water, schooling. I'm not fishing in a tournament, so I don't care whether it's a striper or not. I don't actually know if I'm gonna be, I might not be able to throw that on this rod either, but we'll give it a shot. Why not? Let's see. See if we can get this guy to, oh, there we go. Yeah, that works, probably. This is a classic, something my dad's always said worked well for him on this lake. The old school cotton Cordell Redfin in the chrome silver variant. Should be pretty effective for fish that are, when they start schooling out here on these points. Holy crap. Is that a, oh, that's a carp. Big old carp right there. It was following the buzzbait. You guys probably can't see them, but there's a couple decent sized carp just cruising this bank over here. No interest in my popper, which is good. Whole bunch of carp over here, man. Means I might be in the wrong spot. I wonder if I can get them to eat a worm though. Just for kicks. Let's see. Well, something had it, but not all the way. Also, I'm 3 casts in with this new Jacob Wheeler 2.0 rod, and I freaking love it. It is so light, but so, my word, it is so nice. All right, before we keep going, I got to talk about this new Wheeler rod, this Jacob Wheeler rod that I picked up a couple days ago. So my go-to spinning rod for quite a while has been this Googan Squad. It's their finesse spinning rod. It's 7 foot, just like the Wheeler one is, 7 foot medium fast. And I've used these a ton, and they're nice. I like them, but I have wanted to get a Jacob Wheeler rod for quite a while, and so there was a new Academy Sports opening near my house, and so stopped in there Sunday after church and picked up his medium spinning rod. And not only is it a beautiful rod, but it is comfortable, and it is, I think, probably the lightest rod I own. It's a medium. I think it's a medium. It's a fast action, but which means is basically how much the tip loads up or doesn't load up. But the thing that I have already noticed, and this should show up on camera pretty well, look at how much difference there is in the length of the rod below the reel. There's another probably 3 inches below this reel. And so what I am usually, I mean, when you're casting, it's always kind of resting like this on your forearm. You may be able to see that in some of the chest mounted GoPro, but you just don't have as much connection to the rod and as much leverage when you're skipping wacky worms under docks. And this one is almost all the way down to my elbow. And so it's giving me really good leverage to skip worms under docks. But then also, I mean, I feel like I look ridiculous when I hook set on these because I'm like, the rod's so short and I go to set it and it's just kind of, you know, like hangs out there. This one, I can actually pull up like this and it will stay in contact with my elbow area. So I haven't caught a fish on it yet, but in that one failed hook set that I just had a minute ago, I can already tell that it is, going to be super nice, and it is going to be very hard to go from this one back to some of the other ones, which means I'm just going to have to pick up more of these. I think these Googan rods were like around 70 bucks when I bought them. This one was 160, but so far is well worth it, and I will absolutely be buying more. I've been using the 6-gill casting rods a lot. That's what almost all of my casting rods are 6-gill. I have these two right here are Lew's combos, but everything else is 6-gill rods. I like them. They're $150 rods, but they go on sale for buy one get one free pretty regularly. So you're basically paying $75 per rod when I buy these. So that's always felt like a good deal to me. But I'm probably gonna end up swapping out my spinning rod collection to Wheeler rods here for too terribly long, or at least chipping away at it, because that is a nice rod. Got a bunch of bluegill following the popper again. Where are your big predatory friends, or not so friendly friends? I'm gonna make some casts off the end of this boat ramp up here. It goes out pretty good ways into the water. Sometimes they're really shallow, like the last one I threw out a few minutes ago. It did not go out very far. This one goes out a lot farther. It's got a pretty decent chance of holding a fish. Time will tell. I'm gonna throw in there with a drop shot too in a second. There we go. Boy, it ain't much. You are bait. What are you doing? All right, no fish in the boat yet, unless you count that little sunfish. Then technically we have fish in the boat. But it is, it's kind of hard to complain when it looks like this. We got the sun starting to go down over there, lighting up the mountain, and it's just so beautiful out here. The wind has almost completely died down. It is just absolutely gorgeous out here this evening. I'm getting bites on this swim jig. had 2 already. Just real quick, like series of pecks. So I'm not sure if they are bass or more bluegill. It could just be small bass, but it's like a quick tap 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 and then there's nothing there anymore. There we go. Oh, little small jaws. All right. Well, hello. Oh, you were headed down the hatch. 1 pound, 4 ounce smallmouth. That's my second biggest smallmouth ever. Well, this is my second biggest smallmouth ever, and also the second on this lake. How cool is that? From right under that tree of all places. That was awesome. All right, I was right. I do like this rod a lot. That was fun. That was on this. I have a feeling I'm going to throw these a lot this trip. These are the Bass Pro Stickos. They're the 6-inch and the bait fish color. Just looks basically like a shad. And how fitting that my first fish of the trip is on the Wheeler rod. I didn't think it would be as much topwater as I've been throwing, but maybe it was just meant to be. I don't know if you guys can see all the ripples on the water out here. It is starting to get busy. Fish are getting active. They do not seem to want a popper though. Let's see if we can get anything on a buzzbait. Oh, missed it. I was just about to say I need to put my lights on, and I was looking down at my graph. I was paying attention. All right, I gotta put my lights up. This is what is making all of this disturbance on the water out here. All that right there, this is all bait fish of some sort. Shad or herring or who knows what, but they are very active up at the surface. There are also schools of them down low too.